I would like to ask Congressman Mikulski, why did the women's groups bring this up in the fashion they did, particularly when they were told ahead of time it might fail?
Well, first of all, it wasn't the women's groups who brought up the ERA. It was the Congress of the United States. And it was the Democratic...
With the encouragement of women's groups.
And it was the Democratic leadership. And one of the reasons we brought it up in this particular time and in this particular way is that we did not want a host of amendments that would minimize and trivialize the Equal Rights Amendment. That's number one. And number two, when we talk about the limited time, Leslie, the ERA was introduced in the Congress 60 years ago. We've had 60 years of debate. Since it was originally passed in 1970, we've had 13 years of debate. 35 states have adopted it. We've had so much discussion on it, and I'll tell you, if they think they're offended by this process, I've been offended by the process of what's happened to women for 200 years.
I want to ask you about it. I want to ask you something about the process. It was brought up. The women's groups and the Democrats who support this were told it could fail, and now people are saying that the only reason it was brought up was so that the Democrats could have a good issue to run on in the campaign, and that now the issue has been politicized. What do you say to those charges, and how can you deny it?
The Equal Rights Amendment is a political issue, and we brought it up because people like myself wanted to be able to go back home to my district to talk to the people who are economically being discriminated against, to show that at least Congress did something for ordinary people.
I think it should be pointed out that co-sponsors of the ERA voted against it. Hamilton Fish, Tom Talkey, they were offended by the straitjacket that Tip O'Neill imposed upon us to debate this. So that's the first thing. Secondly, it was so cynical. They really didn't want to pass ERA. They wanted to, but they knew it wasn't going to pass. This was a political issue to get a campaign strategy for the Democrats, and they were willing to burden the ERA with this defeat to get a political issue. That was a double dose of cynicism.
84% of the Democrats voted for ERA. 32% of the Republicans voted for ERA. If that particular party wants to blame us because we want to advance the cause of women, Ronald Reagan gives us a campaign issue every day, Leslie. It's not only on the Equal Rights Amendment, but the way he has gone about undoing the basic economic programs that affect women.
You see, I just take the opposite view. The economy is improving, and as the economy grows, opportunities for women, for career training, for jobs, inflation is down, the housewives' purchasing power is increased. That's an economic woman's issue, but it's our issue, not the Democrats.
Henry, that's not true. Just because profits are increasing doesn't mean that the lives of women
2.8 million new jobs have been created in the last year,
and in
Barbara.
the pink-collar ghettos that lock women into those positions where we continue to make 59% of every dollar that a male makes.
But if your party would